Hi everyone, I'm Aarul, and I study in University of Winchester. I'm a second year digital media development student, and I've made this game for Royal Green Jackets Museum. It was one of my group projects, and I was the developer in the group. Yeah, I haven't designed the app, so I have just developed it, and the design is pretty good. Yeah, so what this is really Royal Green Jackets Museum is a war museum. It's gives you information about the Battle of Waterloo and World War One, World War Two, and sort of shows you how the soldiers were, what was going on, and yeah, you can look that up on the website for more detail. Yeah, but in general, it's a war museum. So what we had to do was, by the way, the museum is based in Winchester. Sorry. Yeah, so what we had to do was make this app for them, which was targeted at kids ranging between 10 and 8 and 8 to 10, 8 to 12. And now when they visit a museum, there's just loads of text, 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 and I don't know how much they can absorb. So we had to make this fun app, or at least that's what we tried, and so that they're more engaged. And yeah, so let's get to it, and I'll keep talking while I'll display the app. So yeah, press any button to continue. Yeah, so this is just a little about the museum, what the museum was all about. Blah, blah, blah. You can pause the video if you want to read that. And about the creators, yeah, that's me. I'm the developer. Yeah, University of Winchester. That's where I study. I'm second year. Yep, I'll come back to what my rank is. So let's start. Because I've already played the game, that's why it's asking me if I want to override my previous data, and I'm just going to say yes. So what this game does is it'll guide you at every moment. So wherever you are in the museum, it'll tell you to make your way to the section so that you're not looking everywhere for the answers, and they're just eight. So you got to make them. You got to make it really easy for them. And yeah. Firstly, we have multiple choice questions, and which will actually go um, across the app. And a lot of people have asked how easy are the questions because they're just kids. These answers and these questions are really headings. So if you're looking for the answers, they're just big headings in the museum of the section in that particular section. So we got to make it really easy for them because they're just 8 or 10. So yeah, what's the general Sir Walter, blah blah blah. And yeah, let's. I'm really bad at history. I'm just gonna guess. Oh, my history is really bad. Yeah. So as I said, the timeline. That's the next thing. Sorry, the multiple choice questions have been spread across. So you're gonna have other games as well, like this timeline game. So what you got to do is you have events. Um, yeah, so that's the timeline. We actually have divided the timeline in two pages. Um, and so what you got to do is you go to events, and you have these 5 events, and in the timeline you just got to drag and drop them in the place where you want them to. So for example, I want this to be on page 2. I want that to be in page 1, and let's say I want that to be on page 1. Let's that 2 and 1. I'm just guessing. So, but you're gonna read whether it's 1915 or where do you want them to. And so Britain uses tanks for the first time. So let's say, was it 1915? No. Yeah, my history is really bad, so please don't judge me. Sorry. declares war on Germany. Nope. Yep. So for example, now look at this. Now this one doesn't fit on either of them. This has to be either in 1918 or 1917. Now how do I get that over there? So what I'm going to do is just drag it back to events, and goes back to events. And I just put that on page 2. And when I go on page 2, it's there. So it has to be, oh damn, I'm so bad. Yeah, so you just drag and drop. One of them's got to work. And yep, that should do it. And when it's done, that button's available, then you can go next. Then yeah, please make your way to the World War II section. I think 1933. And then you have a puzzle game. So tap on each block to rotate. Now, so what you got to do is just turn them. Just tap on them and it rotates. Because, by the way, this is a mobile application. I forgot to mention that. So it's not for the, because you'll be in the museum. So I'm assuming now that kids these days, like everyone has a smartphone now. So everyone has smartphones, so you can just download this app. It's not on the App Store yet. We're still waiting approval from the museum to see if how I mean, how do they like it or not really. But we displayed it to them and they said they liked it, but they're still thinking about it. So yeah, so this is a puzzle. You just tap on them. When you complete the thing, it takes you to the next page. And then you have the ranking game, so you just have to drag and drop them like the timeline. So you just so these are the shoulder thing. I can't remember what to call them, but for the soldiers which they get awarded for. Depending on what rank you're in, whether you're a corporal or a sergeant. So yeah, you just drag and drop to the correct place, and if it's wrong, it just goes back. And yeah, and at any point, if the user is not sure what he or she has to do, so their instructions always over there. So you're gonna find instruction on every page and every section of the page and every section of the app as well. So which of the following was a patrolling? Was the light division? When was that? 1980? Nope. Nope. Yep. So then you got to make your way to the upstairs section. Color yellow. I remember a few of them because I made them, and I still can't for the life of me know what they mean. Damn, I'm so bad. Yeah, you have another puzzle, and yeah. By the way, for yeah, this game was made in Unity. So for people who understand Unity and who have better understanding, there's a function called Euler angles. That's how I'm detecting the rotation of the puzzle. And if the angles, like for example, if this block is in a specific angle, in a specific rotation, then and it checks if all the other pieces are in that specific angle or that rotation, then it takes you to the next page. But however, when I was doing this, it works fine, as you saw. But when you export this to your phone, this thing doesn't work. So, which is quite ironic and weird, because if it's working here, why isn't it working on my phone? So if you guys can come up, if anyone has a solution to that, how to detect angles and the rotation of an object, and depending on if the object is in that specific rotation or an angle, take me as in do something like load new level or display something. So if you guys have a way of detecting, better way of detecting than Euler angles, which doesn't work on my phone, so please, yeah, please do write in the comment section. Then you have a few more questions. Oh, what a fluke. Yeah. Then Baker rifle, I'm gonna say 5. Independence Day, 1823. No, 1783. Yeah. Then at the end of the app, you're gonna have I've added a review section. So at the end of the game, you're gonna see how many questions you got right. So let's see how you did. I got 7 questions right apparently, and depending on how many questions I got correct, I get a certificate. Um, what was I saying? Yeah. So if you get 10 to 12 questions right, you get a different certificate. If you get for I guess 8 to 10, 8 to 9, 7 to 9, then you get a different certificate. So the certificates are decided depending on how many questions you get right. And if you manage to get no questions right, so if that's 0 out of 12, you still get a certificate, which is a private. Like right now I've got a corporal. um, that one gets a private. You get the private rank, because we didn't want to discourage them by saying, sorry, you got no questions right, you don't get a certificate, go home. We didn't want to say that, so we just added a certificate, so that you leave on a positive note. And yeah, so that's the app. And so what you got to do is, so what happens is, the kids, right, so they take their phones, they display that they've got this certificate um, at the reception, and they can get this certificate printed, and then so that the kids have something to take home. And if then I get asked so many times, what happens if, like right now I just pressed home, and like my certificate is lost. Now how do I go back to the certificate? So what they got to do is, all they got to do is, they just click on my rank, and that's their last score. That's what they got. That's what the score was when they played last time. And even if you quit the app, that score is going to remain there. So it saves your data. Hence, when you play again, that's why it asks you, do you want to overwrite your data? Right now, I'm going to say no. So that's what the game is. Yep, that's it. And hope you liked it. If you guys got any suggestion or any advice, and especially about the, if you guys are Unity users and you know how to detect angles, which works on your phone as well. Like I used Euler angles and it wasn't working on my phone. If you got a solution for that, let me know. And yep, hope you liked it. Thanks for watching.